If I was going to say something about Kyoto, I would use the word amazing, probably about 50 times. It's just amazing. Everything about it is beautiful and clean and spotless. The people are so thoughtful and caring and are just out to make sure that you're enjoying yourself in their city. Kyoto has probably got some of the finest examples of temples and shrines that you'll come across. There are other places, of course, but Kyoto just seems to have so many of them. Since Kyoto was not affected by the war and there was no damage there, it still maintains quite a lot of the older buildings, even though in a lot of other places in Japan they remake them because they're just such gorgeous things to look at. You'll probably spend a lot of your time traveling around Kyoto focused on visiting temples and shrines. And yeah, you can probably get a bit shrined or templed out, but there is so much to do in between that it doesn't matter. There's no pressure to visit this or to do that or to do this, because there's just so much to do. You're never going to get it done in one day. Speaking of one day, this is a video about a day where we went to the Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine and the Byodi-in temple. We started our day on bikes up at the Gion Karasuma area and rode directly to the Fushimi Inari train station. From there we took the train down to Uji, which is where the Byodi-in temple is. Now, it's an uphill walk from the Uji train station to the Byodi-in temple, so do what we did, catch yourself a taxi. It doesn't cost very much and it'll get you to the front door relatively quickly. Then, to save yourself money, walk back down the hill on the way back down to the train station. We found it a very effective way to go. There's certain things you only see when you get up and walk. And walking back down from Byodi-in Temple, we saw some really cool little streets and just enjoyed being in a completely different place in a different neighborhood. We jumped back on the green train and headed back to Fushimi Inari Taisha, where we'd locked our bikes earlier. From there, we began what was a pretty interesting adventure. We didn't realize that Fushimi Inari Taisha is actually a very big place. You start at the bottom of the hill and walk all the way to the top. Now, on that particular day, I wasn't actually feeling very well, and my wife started to feel a bit sick too. So me, Jess, JJ, we all stopped about 2/3 of the way up. But Jesh, he was a true champion. He took the gyro and the GoPro and made it all the way to the top. What a legend. Thanks, Jesh. was right about here when reality hit, and we realized, oh dear, this is going to take longer than we expected. But the further we went up the hill, the more we found interesting things to look at. Just up ahead here is basically where the three of us quit, and we commissioned Jesh to do the rest of the work for us. So don't let him fool you too much. It was 12 minutes from where he left us to get to the top of the hill, but still a huge effort. He ran the whole way, which we were pretty impressed with when we saw the footage later on. So when you get to the top of the hill, the best part is you get to come back down, and we did. We walked all the way back down to the bottom of the hill, and then we went and enjoyed some time in Karasuma and Kawaramachi that night. I think we went geisha hunting in Gion as well on the bikes, which was heaps and heaps of fun, and I will try and put some footage together for that as well. Something very interesting did happen though this particular day, is when we got down to the bottom of Fushimi Inari Taisha, we found ourselves wandering nearby to a very, very famous man indeed, a young singer named Sam Smith. I had no idea at all who Sam Smith was, to be honest, and my wife wasn't terribly impressed with that, and she just wanted to get a photo with the man. So being an obliging husband, I walked all the way up to Sam Smith and I said, "Hey, excuse me, are you Sam Smith?" And he said, yes I am. And I said, "I have no idea who you are, but my wife is just keen as buggery for a photo. Is there any chance that she could get a photo with you?" And Sam Smith said, "No, sorry, I'm on my holiday, I'm just relaxing." Which I completely understood, but my wife wasn't too happy about. But, you know, that's what you get. So anyway, they wanted to get some footage of him and tried to get some photos of him, and this next little section is just some of the stuff they were able to get while he was walking around. And it was just me, game enough and brazen enough to go and say hello that I got to shake the man's hand, who I actually didn't know, and it wasn't until later when they played some of his music that I went, "Oh, that guy." So that was a bit of fun. Anyway, here's the footage from the girls trying to chase him down in the marketplace.
We're discreetly meeting ourselves. We're going to see if Sam Smith gets behind us. Let's just, yeah, there we go. That's good. No one wants to see us. Like, smile. There he is. Okay, there you go. Hey. Don't, okay. Yeah. Hey, Sam. Do you want to be heard? Do you want me to just turn around? He's not noticing us.
This is where I tell you to like and subscribe and do all that sort of stuff, leave comments, etc. Let's be honest though, who would have recognized that guy? Is there anyone here who honestly was like me and just went, "Who's that? Never seen him before in my life?" Which is what I did, and they made such a big fuss about him that I just had to go say hello. But it was fun. Toodles, have a good one, take it easy.